وعلانية إني اخترتك يا وطني حبا وطواعية إني اخترتك يا وطني سرا وعلانية إني اخترتك يا وطني فليتنكر لي زمني إني اخترتك يا وطني فليتنكر لي زمني ما دمت ستذكرني يا وطني الرائع يا وطني يا وطني الرائع يا وطني يا وطني الرائع يا وطني.
Not our conflict, not our war. Palestine is our demand. Palestine is our demand. No peace on stolen land. 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 Stop the killing, stop the crime. Stop the killing, stop the crime. Israel out of Palestine. 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 Don't you cry. Palestine will never die. 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 Don't you cry. Don't you cry. We will never let you die. 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 In our millions, in our millions, in our millions, in our millions. We are all Palestinians. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 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 In Israel you can hide. Israel you can hide. We charge you with genocide. We charge you with genocide. Western powers you can hide. Western powers you can hide. You're supporting the genocide. You're supporting genocide. You're supporting genocide. You're supporting genocide. Western media you can hide. Western media you can hide. You're supporting genocide. You're supporting genocide. Western leaders you can hide. Western leaders you can hide. You're supporting genocide. You're supporting genocide. Israeli ambassador. Out, out, out. Zionist ambassador. Out, out, out. Israeli embassy. Out, out, out. Zionist embassy. Out, out, out. Israeli ambassador. Out, out, out. Zionist ambassador. Out, out, out. Israeli embassy. Out, out, out. Zionist embassy. Out, out, out. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. When? Now. In our millions, 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 in our millions. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Palestine will be free. So people hear the river to the sea. And from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. 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 in our millions, in our billions.
In our millions, in our billions.
We are all Palestinians.
We are all Palestinians.
Say it louder, say it more.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
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 Israel, you can't hide.
Israel, you can hide.
We charge you with genocide.
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 I mean, we the people who have conscience can tell a genocide is one. And Israel, you can't hide.
Israel, you can hide.
We charge you with genocide.
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 Israeli ambassador.
Out, out, out.
Israeli ambassador.
Out, out, out.
Zionist embassy.
Out, out, out.
Zionist ambassador.
Out, out, out.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
Every time the media lies.
Every time the media lies.
Neighborhood in Gaza lies.
A neighborhood in Gaza dies.
Every time the media lies.
Every time the media lies.
Neighborhood in Gaza dies.
A neighborhood in Gaza dies.
Say it louder, say it more.
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 Not a conflict, not a war.
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 Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
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 Stop the killing, stop the crime.
Stop the killing, stop the crimes.
You remember what's the rest? Palestine.
Israel out of Palestine.
Yeah, there's gonna be a pop quiz, so be ready. Israel out of Palestine.
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 Israel, you crossed the line.
Israel, you crossed the line.
Stand with Palestine. Ireland stands with Palestine.
Ireland stands with Palestine.
Ireland stands with Palestine.
Ireland stands with Palestine.
Ireland stands with Palestine.
Ireland stands with Palestine.
We stand with Palestine.
We stand with Palestine.
Ireland stands with Palestine.
Ireland stands with Palestine.
We stand 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 with Palestine.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe! Hey, hey!
Ho ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe. Hey hey! Ho ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe. Hey hey!
By the end of the march, it'll be amazing.
Genocide Joe.
Hey, hey!
Ho ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe.
Hey, hey!
Ho ho! No shamrocks for
I'm
Genocide
trying to
Joe.
put the lips that are not moving. Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
No shamrocks for Genocide Joe.
Hey, hey!
Ho ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe.
Hey! Ho, ho!
No shamrocks for Genocide Joe.
Hey!
Ho ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe.
Hey!
Ho ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe.
Hey, hey!
Ho ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe.
Hey, hey!
Ho ho! No shamrocks for Genocide Joe. Ho ho!
Media lies. Every time the media lies. Neighborhood in Gaza dies.
A neighborhood in Gaza dies.
Say it louder, say it more.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
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 Not a
conflict, not a war.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
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 Not a conflict, not a war.
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 Every time the media lies,
Every time the media lies,
a neighborhood in Gaza dies.
a neighborhood in Gaza dies.
Say it louder, say it more.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
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 In Israel, you can't hide.
Israel, you can hide.
We charge you with genocide.
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 Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand. No peace of stolen land. No peace of stolen land.
No peace of stolen land.
No peace of stolen land.
Stop the killing, stop the crime.
Stop the killing, stop the crime. Israel and Palestine. 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 Israel and Palestine.
And every time the media lies,
Every time the media lies, neighborhood in Gaza dies. A neighborhood in Gaza dies.
a neighborhood in
Gaza dies.
Every time the media lies,
Every time the media lies,
neighborhood in Gaza dies.
a neighborhood in Gaza dies.
Every time the media lies,
Every time the media lies,
neighborhood in Gaza dies.
a neighborhood in Gaza dies.
Say it louder, say it more.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
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 Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand.
Got volunteers.
No peace of stolen land.
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 And Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
Palestine will never die.
Palestine will never die.
Say it louder, say it more.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
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 Say it louder, say it more.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Not a conflict, not a war.
In our billions, in our billions.
In our millions, in our billions.
We are all Palestinians.
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 We are all
In
Palestinians.
Israel, you can't hide.
Israel, you can hide.
We charge you with genocide.
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 There's a good protest. If you want to get all the good answers, they're here. We charge you with genocide.
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 This one we didn't chant. It was from really peace protest. So if you've been participating, and there is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
And there is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada
obligation.
In the face of occupation.
In the face of occupation.
This is an obligation.
This is an obligation.
In the face of occupation.
In the face of occupation.
There is only one solution.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution. Intifada revolution.
Intifada revolution.
There's still only one solution.
We are all Palestinians.
In our millions, in our billions. In our millions, in our billions. We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. Easy one. This is going to be an extra for you all. And from the river to the sea. From the river to the sea.
Palestine, Palestine.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free. Say it louder, say it more. Say it louder, say it more. She's sacrificing her child, but she's not going to do it. Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
And from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free. Say it louder, say it more. Say it louder, say it more. Occupation no more.
Occupation no more.
Not a conflict at all, but also anything that goes for the end of occupation works. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more.
Occupation no more.
Occupation no
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And in our billions, in our billions.
We are all Palestinians.
In our billions, in our billions.
We are all Palestinians.
Every time the media lies.
Every time the media lies.
This time I'm choosing. This time I'm choosing. You're not going to have the luxury of volunteering. Every time the media lies.
Every time the media lies. A neighborhood in Gaza.
Neighborhood in Gaza dies.
A neighborhood in Gaza dies.
Neighborhood in Gaza dies.
A neighborhood in Gaza dies.
A neighborhood in Gaza dies. Say it louder, say it more. Say it louder, say it more. Not a conflict, not a war.
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 Not a conflict, not a war. Don't you think it's just the first row? I'm gonna go inside. Palestine is our demand. 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 No peace on stolen land. 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 Stop the killing, stop the crime. Stop the killing, stop the crime. Israel out of Palestine. Israel out of Palestine. Israel out of Palestine.
Israel out of Palestine.
Israel out of Palestine.
Israel out of Palestine.
Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
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 Israel, you can't hide.
Israel, you can hide.
We charge you with genocide.
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 Are we moving? Yes. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Genocide Joe. No shot.
Okay, so I'm taking these back. You're taking them. Just take them for the stall at the end. No, you take them with you to get them go around the crowd. Ask them to go up on your car. All right. But I'll take them out the other end. I didn't know you weren't going
So the march is walking.
Yeah.
Traffic all operators, just moving the front of the march forward so there's more space in the back so that we don't block the junction. We're going to stop in a second just to indicate here, and then we get everybody out on the road and then we go.
Hi.
Okay.
No idea?
See you.
See you, yeah. After.
Okay.
Good, and you?
Good to see you. I didn't see it this time.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Biden, you got time. You're committing genocide. He's not supporting, he's committing. Biden, you got time. You're committing genocide. Biden, you got time. You're committing genocide. Biden, you got time. You're committing genocide. Netanyahu, you got time. You're committing genocide. The world has exposed them. South Africa has exposed them. Netanyahu, you got time. You're committing genocide. Netanyahu, you got time. You're committing genocide. Biden, you got time. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Free.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine.
Free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Louder, say it more. Not a conflict, not a war. Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
It's a whole war of terrorists. This is not a conflict.
Silent, lads, stop being silent.
It's a genocide. Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, say it more. Liar, we demand a ceasefire. Biden,
We demand a ceasefire.
you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Biden, 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 you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Michal Martin, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Michal Martin, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Leo Varadkar, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Leo Varadkar, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Michal Martin, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Biden, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Biden, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder,
for genocide job. No shamrocks for genocide job. Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free. Occupation no more.
We don't want your bloody war. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your bloody war. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your bloody war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
We don't want your bloody war. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your bloody war. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want your bloody war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Sudan said that everybody who charged from the river to the sea is a useful idiot. From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free,
Palestine.
free, free,
Palestine.
free, free,
Palestine.
free, free.
Palestine.
Gaza, don't you cry.
Palestine will never die.
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 Louder, louder, say it more. Not a conflict and not a war. Louder, louder, say it more. Louder, louder, say it more. Louder, louder, say it more. This is a genocide. This is not a conflict. This is not a war. Louder, louder, say it more.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
What do I say to my Israeli ambassador? Israeli ambassador!
Out, out, out.
Israeli ambassador!
Out, out, out.
Israeli ambassador!
Out, out,
When? Now. When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
Israeli ambassador!
Out, out, out.
Zionist ambassador!
Out, out, out.
Zionist ambassador!
Out, out, out.
When? 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 Israeli ambassador!
Out, out, out.
Israeli ambassador! Israeli ambassador! When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When? From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a fascist state. So say it like you mean it. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a fascist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
And from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
And from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Oh, Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
Palestine will never die.
Let's tell them we will never let you die because they hear us. Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
We will never let you die.
We will never let you die.
Oh, Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
Oh, Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry.
We will never let you die.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. No shamrocks for genocide, Joe. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide, Joe.
Say it louder, say it more. Not a conflict, not a war. Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Biden, Biden, you can hide.
You supporting genocide.
Biden, Biden, you can hide.
You supporting genocide.
And Biden, Biden, you can hide.
You supporting genocide.
And Netanyahu, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
And Netanyahu, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
And Netanyahu, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
The world has exposed you. South Africa has exposed you. So Netanyahu, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
Netanyahu, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
And from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
And from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
And from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
And from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict,
Not a war.
We need everybody in the streets to hear us. Those who still call it a conflict, or those who still call it a war, it is called a genocide. Louder, louder, say it more.
not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Louder, louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Biden, Biden, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
Biden, Biden, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
Biden, Biden, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
Leo Varadkar, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
Michal Martin, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
Netanyahu, you can hide.
You're committing genocide.
Biden, Biden, you're a liar. We demand a ceasefire. Biden, Biden, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Biden, Biden, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Michal Martin, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Michal Martin, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Leo Varadkar, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
We're done with your empty words. We're done with your empty words. We need action. Leo Varadkar, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Michal Martin, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Biden, Biden, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Biden, Biden, you're a liar.
We demand a ceasefire.
Thank you.
Palestine. Palestine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free.
Palestine.
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 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free. Palestine. Palestine. Palestine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation
Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die.
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 Joe Biden, you can hide.
Support the genocide.
Joe Biden, you can hide. Netanyahu, you can hide. Netanyahu, you can hide. Joe Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Joe Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Free, free,
Palestine!
free, free.
Palestine!
Remember, guys, free, free,
Palestine!
free, 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 free.
Palestine!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Palestine. 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 Palestine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
What they want is ceasefire. When? What they want?
Ceasefire!
When? What they want?
Ceasefire.
When?
Now.
What they want?
Ceasefire!
When?
Now.
What they want?
Ceasefire!
When?
Now!
What they want?
Ceasefire!
When?
Now!
What they want?
Ceasefire.
Free, free,
Palestine.
free, free,
Palestine.
free, free,
Palestine.
free, free,
Palestine.
free, free.
Palestine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
What do you want?
Ceasefire!
When?
Now!
What do you want?
Ceasefire.
When?
Now!
What do you want?
Ceasefire!
When? What do you want?
Ceasefire!
When? Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine.
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 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free!
Palestine.
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 Gaza, Gaza, don't cry!
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry!
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die. Palestine will never die. Palestine. 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 Palestine.
Joe Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Joe Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine.
Joe Biden, you can hide.
You're committing genocide!
Joe Biden, you can hide. You committed genocide. Joe Biden, you can hide.
You supporting genocide.
Joe Biden, you can hide. Joe Biden, you can hide. Netanyahu, you can hide. Netanyahu, you can hide. Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free. Free, free. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
What do you want?
Ceasefire.
What? What do you want?
Ceasefire. Now.
What do you want?
Ceasefire. Now.
What do you want?
Ceasefire.
What?
Now.
What do you want?
Ceasefire.
What?
Now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Free, free.
Palestine.
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 Frederica to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Frederica to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Joe Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Joe Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today? Out,
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 out.
out, out, out,
Israel ambassador!
out, out, out,
Israel ambassador!
out, out, out.
Israel ambassador!
Out, out, out.
Win!
Now. Now. Now.
Win!
Now.
Win!
Now.
What do you want?
Fire. Now.
What do you want?
Ceasefire.
Win!
Now.
What do you want?
Ceasefire.
Win!
Now.
What do you want?
Ceasefire.
Win!
Now.
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now. 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 Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now. 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 Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Free, free!
Palestine. Palestine. Palestine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die.
Gaza, Gaza, don't cry.
Palestine will never die.
Joe Biden, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Netanyahu, what do you say?
How many kids have you killed today?
Free, free.
Palestine.
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 What do you want?
Ceasefire.
One. What do you want?
Ceasefire.
One. What do you want?
Ceasefire.
One. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terror state.
Joe Biden, look alive. Joe Biden, look alive. Joe Biden, look alive. Netanyahu, look alive. Netanyahu, look alive. Netanyahu, look alive. Free, free. Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine. 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 Occupation no more. Israel is a terror state. Palestine will never. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
Free, free.
Palestine!
What do you want?
Ceasefire! Now!
What do you want?
Ceasefire! Now!
Ceasefire.
Now!
Ceasefire. Now.
What do you want?
Ceasefire.
One. What do you want? One. Israel ambassador.
Out, out, out.
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 One.
Now.
One.
Now.
One.
Now.
One.
Now.
One.
Now.
One.
Now.
One. One. One.
Ceasefire.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. From the river to the sea. 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 In our millions, in our billions. 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 And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry. 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 Because in our millions, in our billions. Because in our millions, in our billions. In our millions, in our billions. When I say South Africa, please say thank you. South Africa! South Africa! South Africa! South Africa! South Africa! South Africa! Yemen! 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 South Africa! South Africa! South Africa! South Africa! And Yemen! 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 In our millions, in our billions. In our millions, in our billions. In our millions, in our billions. Long live Palestine. 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 Long live Palestine! 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 Because in our millions, in our billions. In our millions, in our billions. In our millions, in our billions. And what is it? Their favorite thing? From the river to the sea. 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 Long live Palestine.
Thank you all for coming out this afternoon. We have 7 speakers for you. We'll be here about 45 minutes and then we'll all be on our way on this Saturday. We really, really appreciate your time. And I would love if you could make a lot of noise for Brian O'Egerty, the IPSC media officer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claire, and thank you all for being here today. From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
So like I say, thank you from the IPSC to everyone who is here today. Thank you to every single activist every single organisation and every political party who has stood shoulder to shoulder with the Palestinian people as they face Israeli apartheid, Israeli war crimes, and a shocking, stomach-churning, unfolding genocide. Thank you to every single person who has helped to isolate this government for their shameful complicity in the ongoing genocidal attack. So this government is isolated. It's under tremendous pressure, and we need to step it up. Now, you know this yourself. You know that Leo Varadkar, over the past number of days, he has gone from scornfully rejecting the idea that Ireland would support the ICJ case that our brethren South Africa have taken. He has gone from that to admitting that the South African case has merit, and he has gone from there to saying yesterday that Ireland will consider joining the case. Now, you know it, Leo Varadkar doesn't have a shred of decency in his political DNA. The reason that he is making these noises, the reason he's doing this, is because of you. Ordinary people, activists, political parties, every single opposition party piling on the pressure. And we need to continue that pressure. So the Ireland-Palestine Solidarity Campaign have a number of political demands. The Occupied Territories Bill has passed both houses of the Oireachtas with the support at the time of every single political party apart from Fine Gael. Fine Gael made every excuse under the sun for not backing the Occupied Territories Bill, and shamefully they forced their coalition partners, the Greens and Fianna Fáil, who, to their shame, they said they would implement the Occupied Territories Bill, and they proceeded to acquiesce, and it was dropped from the current programme for government. So we need that Occupied Territories Bill back on the political agenda where it belongs. Another bill coming up, the Illegal Israeli Settlements Divestment Bill that was introduced last year. It would simply do the decent thing. It would insist that the Irish Strategic Management Fund would not be complicit in Israel's illegal settlements or in companies who are complicit in them, as identified by UN database. Now, we were in the public gallery, we listened to all the speeches. The government had no credible argument whatsoever against the Illegal Israeli Settlements Divestment Bill, so we need to see that back on the political agenda. Now, long before the current genocide began, the Irish government was way out of step of where they need to be. There is a growing consensus among human rights organisations and legal experts that the Israeli state is guilty of the crime of apartheid against the Palestinian people. A textbook example as per the ICC definition. Now, Israeli organisation B'Tselem has said it. Israel is conducting what they call a regime of Jewish supremacy to the River Jordan to the Mediterranean Sea. This is apartheid. Human Rights Watch, the New York global body, they were next to step up and call it apartheid. And then our friends Amnesty International, they released a report documenting and explaining how what Israel is doing is apartheid. Legal experts too, the current UN rapporteur, two former UN rapporteurs, and the Harvard Law School all agree it's apartheid. And that's not to mention, of course, Palestinian human rights organisations who are criminalised, terrorised by the Israeli state, and they say it as well. They've been saying it for decades. But if you ask the Irish government, they won't admit it, and that has to change. Simon Coveney, you ask him, he will say that the term apartheid isn't useful at this point. What does he mean? Useful for whom? Micheál Martin, when he was asked about it 2 years ago, he said that the term apartheid doesn't add anything. We need to pile the pressure on the government. We need to continue the pressure. They need to step up, tell it like it is, and act accordingly. Now, our national broadcaster, RTE, has played a shameful role in providing cover to Fine Gael, to the current government, and especially to Leo Varadkar himself. We organised, a number of weeks ago, we organised a press conference in Boswell's Hotel, and it was attended by all the opposition parties, every single one of them. Senator Francis Black was there, Matt Carthy from Sinn Féin, Gary Gannon from the Social Democrats, Richard Boyd Barrett from People Before Profit, and of course Ivana Bacik of Labour. They were all there, unanimous in their condemnation of the Israeli state's genocide and demanding that the Irish government fulfil its obligations as a signatory to the Genocide Convention. But RTE didn't even send a photographer. So to listen to RTE's coverage, to look at RTE's 6-1 News, the 9 o'clock news, you would swear. But the opposition parties had nothing to say about South Africa's international criminal ICJ case. You would swear to watch RTE's coverage, to listen to RT radio, that Leo Varadkar had just done the decent thing himself, instead of buckling to political pressure, which is what he did. The reason that he finally admitted that the case had merit was because of you people. You guys right here today, you guys here on Thursday at lunchtime, you guys here on Wednesday evening, political pressure, and he will continue to fall to us, and we need to step up the pressure. So we need to keep an eye on RTE. We need to see what they're saying, and crucially, we need to see what they are not saying. We need to be ready to hold them to account, to call in, and to complain. They are our national broadcaster. They have a duty to the viewing public to tell the truth, tell it like it is. Finally, ordinary people can play a massive role as consumers in their everyday life by supporting the BDS campaign, boycott, divestment, and sanctions. So we take our lead from the Palestinian BDS National Committee. They want us to focus on a limited number of key targets for maximum effect. Those targets are HP, the printing company. They supply a biometric data system that allows the Israeli state to maintain its checkpoints in the occupied West Bank. Siemens is creating a link between the Israeli state's gas and electricity system and European markets. They're also on the boycott list. Next on the list is AXA. They're up to their armpits in funding illegal Israeli settlements. And next on the list is Puma, the sportswear company. Now they are the sponsors of the Israel Football Association. They are sports washing apartheid. They are sports washing genocide. And they have admitted, as a response to massive consumer pressure, activist pressure, that they will be concluding their contract with the Israel Football Association at the end of this year. We need to continue the pressure on them. They're still on the boycott list. They're still sports washing genocide over the next 11 months. And the last target is the Israeli fruit and veg industry. So, Israeli fruit and veg are to be found in many supermarkets across Ireland. They're all labelled made in Israel, but many of them are grown in the illegal colonial settlements. Tesco they won't tell you the difference, they don't know the difference, they don't want to know, but all Israeli produce is a target for BDS. So we need to step up that boycott. We need to spread the word. So we have lots of powerful campaigns along the way, coming soon. I want to finish up by giving a shout out to the many, many talented and focused and driven activists who have joined us over the last number of months. You're absolute legends, you're doing brilliant work, and we want you to continue. Anyone wants to join the IPSC? We have membership leaflets at the stall down the way, and it would be great to have you on board. For the moment, in our thousands, in our millions, in our thousands, in our millions, in our thousands, in our millions, in our thousands, in our millions.
We no longer have names. We are numbers. According to the Zion State, we are 128. They divided Gaza into blocks and gave every area a number. Based on these numbers, they pick and choose who gets to stay, who must evacuate, leaving their entire lives behind. My family's block number is 128. 128 is the first thought that comes to my mind when I wake up. 128 is the number I rush to check to see if my family home is the next target. 128 is the number that haunts my dreams. 128 is the nightmare that became a reality when I saw the number on my screen as the next block to evacuate. In some ways, the people that see their block numbers are considered lucky. In fact, the majority of people were bombed without warnings. Block 153 was among the less fortunate. This is the block where 40 members of my distant family were in. They received no warning, no notice of evacuation. They received nothing except the bombs that took their lives away. Can you imagine the amount of guilt I feel on a daily basis thinking of my family? The guilt when I eat, knowing that they are hungry. The guilt when I drink, knowing that they are thirsty. When I laugh, knowing that, imagining the last time they laugh. When I sleep, knowing they are sleeping under the sounds of bombs. That is if they sleep. In Gaza, you are considered lucky if you haven't lost a family member. People would ask, how did that happen? It's a miracle. When I hear that my cousin's house was demolished by an airstrike, I was relieved and thankful to hear that only the house was bombed and no lives were lost. Thank you. I was relieved relieved and thankful to hear that only the house was bombed and no lives were lost. A house of a newlywed couple who dreamt of creating memories and a life in, gone in a split second, erasing all the hopes, memories and dreams along with it. I was in Gaza back in August, and when I was coming back, I made sure to bring olive oil, herbs and some souvenirs. What I would pay to go back in time and bring something different. What I would pay to go back in time and bring something different. A shirt from my father that has his scent. My mother's scarf. Reminder of my home I worry I will never see again. You see, I don't like goodbyes, and every time I'm leaving, I avoid saying goodbye. But I would give anything to have the chance to have proper goodbye, just in case it was the last time. I often think of what would happen if I wake up one day and find that our house was bombed. What we are seeing in videos, our house is being completely wiped off with everyone in it. I hope my little brother would be playing outside. He loves to play outside all the time. Or my father would be outside the house as he tries to find food for our family. I console myself with these thoughts that if our house is bombed, at least one person would survive, at least one person who carries the smell of my home and my family would make it. When Leo came out and said, this is not a genocide, when the government continues to refuse to call this a genocide, do they know what defines a genocide? Do they know how many families in Gaza have been completely wiped off the civil registry since October 7th? Does Leo know? Does Leo know? When injuries from an airstrike arrives at the hospital, the first thing you hear, people screaming, Darmin, Darmin, which means which family, which house has the occupation hit? They are asking, has another family been wiped off the civil registry? Do they know that the majority of people in Gaza are sharing their homes with others who have been displaced? Do they know that my family is sharing our home with 3 other families who have been displaced? When my family received the order to evacuate 128, I was begging my dad to leave, to run as fast and as far as he can. But the first thing my dad thought was, how can I leave? What about all these people who are seeking shelter under my roof? He refused to leave. How could he? Until he saw the tanks at the top of our street. In the last month, we have heard so much about life before October 7th. I was witness to that life. Let me tell you, we never had a life in Gaza. We lived under a complete, literal siege. We have 4 hours of electricity a day, one of the highest unemployment rates in the world, no sense of safety or security, and we can be targeted at any time. Can you imagine that when I thought about evacuating my family from Gaza, I realized they don't even own passports, as they were never allowed to leave. My dreams are no longer about traveling the world or advancing my career. The only thing I dream of now is for my family to stay alive, for my mom and dad to grow all together, for my little brother to follow his dream of becoming a football player. Why is it too much to ask for? Why has this become a dream for people in Gaza? Do you know that Gaza is completely cut off from the rest of the world? They get the news from us. With every phone call I get to have with my family, which is a rare occasion by the way, the first question they ask me, is there any news of a ceasefire? Are we still protesting? Do they see us? Do they still care? We must keep going. We must keep going. This is our responsibility. They rely on us, on our voice. We must continue to put pressure on our governments until this assault stops. Keep emailing UTDs. Keep protesting. Keep raising the Palestinian voices. This is all they ask for. This is all they need. God protect our people. God protect our resistance. Thank you.
Ken Powell is going to discuss Basketball Ireland with us briefly, and then we're going to hear from Gary Daly from Irish Lawyers for Palestine, who'll be discussing the ICJ yesterday. Thank you. Ken.
So my colleague Brian already talked a little bit about the importance of BDS, boycott, divestment and sanctions. And I'd just like to say it's not only corporations, the corporations chosen by the BDS National Committee that we should be targeting, but we have a very important actions that we can take in terms of isolating Israel culturally and in terms of sport. And it's sport I've been asked just to say a few brief words about here today. It's in the context of the upcoming Eurobasket Women's 2025 qualifier, which currently Basketball Ireland say they are going to fulfill on February the 8th. The IPSC has written to Basketball Ireland not once, not twice, but 3 times in the last couple of months and received no answer. Not only that, but there's been a campaign running, Slam Dunk campaign, and thousands of you, thousands of ordinary sports fans have also written to Basketball Ireland, but it's all falling on deaf ears. They're not listening. Now, Palestinian civil society, there was a call put out last week by, I think it was 300 different Palestinian sporting and civil society organizations calling for a sporting boycott of apartheid Israel. And we would ask that no Irish team cross the picket line. Especially now, while Israel is committing genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza. Furthermore, the Israel Basketball Association, it includes teams in illegal Israeli settlements. The national team is the face of the Israel Basketball Association, so this is an added layer of direct complicity. While we're here today, I'd like to say well done, and you have all our support, the 5 brave Irish women's players who have said they will not play against Israel. We salute their courage. But the decision should never have been in their hands. Never have been in their hands. It should be Basketball Ireland taking this stand, and it's not too late to make your voices felt on this. Send them messages on social media, send more emails. The campaign is on the IPSC website. There's still time to do the right thing, Basketball Ireland. There's still time to respect the Palestinian boycott call. But it's not only Basketball Ireland that we would like to make a call on today. We say that Israel should be expelled from all sporting competitions internationally. So we say to the basketball organizing, the basketball international organizers, FIBA, we say boycott, boycott. We say to FIFA, the football organizers, we say boycott, boycott. We say to UEFA, the European football organizers, boycott, boycott. And we say to the Eurovision, boycott, boycott, and free Palestine.
We hear from Gary Daly. I asked you all to put away your phones a few minutes ago. Now I'm going to ask you if you could take them out. As I've said before, and you probably heard, the Ireland-Palestine Solidarity Campaign is entirely donation driven. We do not receive any funding. So if you are in a position to donate anything today to help our work, you will see giant QR codes moving through the crowd. If you could open your phone on camera or QR reader, and if you could hold them up to those, we'd be very grateful. The most important thing is that you're here with us, but if you can spare anything, we'd be very, very, very grateful. Gary Daly, everybody.
Hello, Gary Daly is my name. I'm with the Irish Lawyers for Palestine, and my colleagues are down the front here. There are some good lawyers in the world. I'm going to start with reading an excerpt from yesterday's ICJ decision. And I quote, "The court's task is to establish whether the acts and omissions complained of by the applicant appear to be capable of falling within the provisions of the Genocide Convention. In the court's view, at least some of the acts and omissions alleged by South Africa to have been committed by Israel in Gaza appear to be capable of falling within the provisions of the Convention." From a legal perspective, from so many perspectives, this is absolutely a huge decision. And the ramifications for this decision will be felt not only in Israel and Palestine and in Gaza, obviously, but around the world. The funders and enablers of this genocide, America, Britain, Germany and the other colonial powers and the EU, the perfidy of Ursula von der Leyen will never be forgotten. Absolutely shameful. They're now in a position where the top court in the world can make a finding of genocide against Israel. That court can go ahead now and make that finding. It is imperative to remember that Part 5 of Article 3 of the Genocide Convention deems complicity in genocide punishable. The Genocide Convention mandates not only punishment for those who have committed genocide, but also those who enabled and were complicit in that genocide. The colonial powers have been cheerleaders for the slaughter. They have encouraged and funded the commission by Israel of war crimes and genocide, which are fundamentally in breach of the peremptory norms, the jus cogens of international law. They have armed them, they have sold them bombs, and they know full well the growing death toll in Gaza. They are complicit in these crimes. After the judgment yesterday, the German foreign minister admitted that the provisional measures ordered by the ICJ were binding under international law and Israel must comply with them. Mindful, no doubt, of the genocidal statements that were read out in court yesterday, the statements made by the likes of Prime Minister or President of Israel, Isaac Herzog, who called for the collective punishment of every Gazan. Germany have now changed their tune. This is very different to their decision 2 hours after Israel finished their presentation in the ICJ. 2 hours after Israel finished at the ICJ on the 12th of January, they announced their decision to intervene on the side of Israel in the ICJ case. They are now already changing their tune. Like many of us, they thought the ICJ would prevaricate. They thought the ICJ would fudge the issue or find some way, and in fairness, how many of us here thought that they would find a way to throw the case out? I know I was certainly worried about it yesterday morning. They didn't. Not only did they make an extremely strong decision, but it was by an overwhelming majority of the judges in the case. The judgment and the finding that the facts presented by the courageous South African legal team, including our own Blinna Nigralig, a huge round of applause for Blinna, that put the case within the jurisdiction of the court and the provisions of the Genocide Convention that has enormous ramifications. Global Legal Action Network and Al-Haq have already filed a legal action against the UK for weapons sales to Israel. And we have seen on television David Cameron squirm while he was being questioned about the legality of licenses issued for the sale of £500 million of bombs and weapons to Israel. A civil case has been issued against Joe Biden, Anthony Blinken, Genocide Joe, Anthony Blinken and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin for being complicit in Israel's genocide, and that began in a federal court in California. The proceedings state, and I quote, failure to prevent and complicity in the Israeli government's unfolding genocide. America is complicit in this genocide. Britain is complicit in this genocide. The provisional measures that were ordered yesterday, 6 provisional orders were made yesterday by the International Court of Justice. And when we compare that to other cases, that is a very strong finding. In the Ukraine case of 2022, only 3 provisional measures were ordered. In the Myanmar case, the desperate slaughter of the Rohingya people, there were 4 provisional measures and no ceasefire was ordered in that case either. In the Bosnia and Serbia case, there were only 3 provisional measures ordered, and again, no ceasefire ordered. The provisional measures ordered by the ICJ, including for Israel to refrain from acts under the Genocide Convention, that is effectively ordering a ceasefire. In everything but name, that is a ceasefire order. To prevent and punish the direct and public incitement to genocide, mindful, of course, again of the public statements that were read out yesterday in court in the findings of the court. The statements by Israeli elected officials calling for genocide. And very importantly, it's something our government can row in on, to take immediate and effective measures to ensure the provision of humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza. The only way to ensure that all these are effective is by way of an immediate end to Israel's genocidal war. So what can we do here in Ireland? We must demand, we have to demand that Ireland intervene in the ICJ. They said before that they were strongly considering it. Now they must do so. We must demand that Ireland refer a case against Israel to the International Criminal Court, something that Ireland has done. They joined the ICC case against Russia for Ukraine. They must now join the ICC case against Israel or take their own case. They have pledged funding and support for the case, but they've refused to join it. They should join both cases immediately. How many more children in Gaza must die by the guns and bombs of the IDF, sold to them by the West, or by forced starvation and disease before they finish their strong considerations? Ireland should demand of its partners in the EU that they cease their weapon sales to Israel. They should demand that Britain cease their weapon sales to Israel, and demand that Genocide Joe cease his funding and weapon sales, the sales of £2,000 bombs to Israel. Ireland must act together with South Africa and the other countries that are showing resolve. They must act to prevent genocide, and they must act now. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Go to Mahagwith.
Thanks everybody. We have 2 more speakers. Thank you very much for bearing with us. We're going to hear next from a young Palestinian woman called Rawan Shaheen. She was studying pharmacy in Palestine. All her family are still in Gaza, and she has been here for 1 month. Can I ask, I have a photographer here beside me, if everyone with a flag could raise it high and wave it now so we can get some shots of that, and give me a huge round of applause for Rawan. Thank you.
name's Rowan Shaheen. I'm 19 years old from Gaza. I was going into second year pharmacy in University of Palestine until our lives turned into a nightmare. I want to start off by saying thank you for being here, thank you for your support, and thank you for being human. I want to talk about us Palestinians, Al-Falastiniya, in Gaza. Regardless of all of our struggles, Palestinians, we love life if we find a way to it, as a Palestinian poet, Mahmoud Darwish, once said. Growing up in Gaza meant an aggression after another. All of us in Gaza mostly remember from our childhood, even adulthood, an aggression or an intifada or the Nakba 1948, depends what we lived through in our lifetime. Me personally, I'll never forget the 2008 aggression, even though I was 4 years old. The Israeli tanks were in our street. We would sleep together in mattresses on the floor beside each other, just in case we don't survive to see the next day. It hurts me to know that another child, another 4-year-old, is going through the same thing today, but except this time he didn't make it out alive to tell his story. I'll never forget the genocide happening today in Gaza. I'll never forget how me, my family, and everyone in Gaza had to say our shahada, which is the prayer before we die, 100 times a day, and before we go to sleep, just in case we don't live to see tomorrow. The truth is, all of us in Gaza were robbed of our childhood, even our adulthood, to live like normal humans and to be treated like humans. Growing up in Gaza meant that the sea was everyone's only escape. Every Thursday night of every week, the sea would be full of people. But the sea has been empty for over 100 days. The only thing that gave Gazans patience under occupation is their faith and the sea. Growing up in Gaza meant that we must study hard and work on ourselves to be the top in our class, either it's in school or college. Students in Gaza are so competitive when it comes to studying because we were always taught growing up that knowledge is the greatest weapon we can have. We want to be pharmacists, lawyers, like doctors, journalists. We have dreams. I don't know how much more a human can take. It's beyond human strength. It's a crisis from every side you can think of. The daily struggle to find water, food, the most basic things that a human needs. The children that had to do amputations without anesthesia. The cancer patients that need chemotherapy. The disabled that need help, care, medicine. The diabetics who need insulin. The thousands of orphans left alone because their families were killed. The pregnant women who have to give birth in unimaginable conditions. And the ones that have to do C-sections. Whenever it rains in Gaza, the camps and the tents of people drowns in the mud, and their mattresses and everything. People who are using and grinding animals' food to obtain flour. People are drinking dirty water because they don't have clean water. Trauma and pain that no human can ever recover or forget. The Palestinians in Gaza are living in fear of dying, and the Palestinians outside of Gaza are living in fear of losing their loved one. I call my family and friends most of the time. They don't reply because the internet comes and goes. I look at the news to see if there was any bombing close to them. I imagine myself with them, and I imagine the sound of the bomb. I remember how me and my cousins, we hear the sound of the rocket falling and start saying our last prayers. Eventually we learned that the rocket that'll kill us, we won't hear. When I came to Ireland, it felt weird to hear the sound of normal airplanes and not warplanes and drones every minute of the day. And not the sound of ambulances coming and going, and the sound of the bomb and then the sound of women screaming in the street. Recently, I have lost two of my dearest friends. On the 17th of December, my friend and sister, Norana Lakluk, was killed with her whole family, 40 members. I remember the last time I texted her before she was killed. I felt it was goodbye. She told me, Rowan, my house is rubble. In college, I gave Noran a pretty ring and Vaseline lip balm because she always wanted one. Noran told me that she couldn't find anything under the rubble for her home, but she did find the Vaseline lip balm burned on the rubble. And the ring in her college bag that she had with her. She sent me a picture of the Vaseline burned and I didn't know what to say. When I gave her the ring that day in college, she got so excited. And happy about it, and she said, I'm going to wear it when I have a special occasion. Noran never got to wear it on a special occasion. Noran was in the north of Gaza. She was barely surviving. They had no food. And the Israeli tanks were surrounding them and the Israeli snipers. And I guess this is why I felt that it was going to be the last time that I speak to her. Because I knew she was really between life and death. I used to call Noran the light of our group because that's what her name felt. Or meant, sorry. And she always was the one to make everyone laugh and smile. Noran used to call me the mother of the group because I was always there to hug her and comfort her. But I wasn't there this time, and she needed it. I wish I hugged her that last day in college. If I only knew it would be the last time that I see her. She told me if I have internet and I'm still alive, I will text you good morning tomorrow. And I'm still waiting on her text that I will never receive. I remember how excited we'd get talking about graduation. Little did we know she won't make it to graduation. Noran loved the sea, and I'd always take pictures of her by the sea, but I won't be able anymore. And Noran loved life if she found a way to it. On the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, I was watching the news to find out that there's a massacre at Al-Maghazi refugee camp. My dear and precious friend Mayar Abu Hamda was killed by an Israeli airstrike along with all of her family. Mayar would constantly text me to check on me when I was in Gaza. Mayar had one of the most beautiful smiles I've seen. Whenever I seen Mayar in college, she would walk up to me smiling and complimenting me. I remember I was sitting with Mayar and a few other girls in break in college, and she said, girls, I've never felt jealousy before of anyone. I always felt grateful for everything God gave me, and I looked at her eyes and I just believed her, because her eyes said the same thing. She had a very pure heart, and I could see it in her eyes. I remember how I would talk to her about my baby niece, Layla, and she would talk to me about her baby niece, Bana. But Bana and Mayar are both gone now. And Bana was the same age as my baby niece. She was almost 2 years old. I believe that they're in heaven now, no longer feeling the pain and the suffering. I believe that they were too precious for this cruel world. Mayar and Noran's story aren't the only stories that were born in Gaza. There's many, many stories, but you've just never heard of these stories because the people did not live to say their story. I can't bear the thought of receiving more bad news on family, friends. Every single person of us in Gaza, we've all lost either family, friend, colleague, neighbor, every single one of us. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Thank you to Rowan. And now we have our last speaker. We have Jacob Wolf from Jews for Palestine Ireland, and then we'll be closing out with some chants. Thank you so much for your patience and your time. Jacob, everybody.
Thank you. Really hard to follow us up. Can we get a round of applause for our very brave Palestinian speakers here with us today, whose words have been so moving. I've certainly been driven close to tears, and I'm sure you all have as well. Anyway, my name is Jacob. I am Irish, I am Jewish, and I'm so proud to stand with you all here in support of a free, democratic, and united Palestine. I'm struck by the significance of marching with you all today. Today, in case you didn't know, January 27th is Holocaust Remembrance Day. It's a day for remembering the most beautiful acts of inhumanity the world has witnessed. What was done to my people, to Jews, but also to Roma and Sinti people, to the disabled, to communists and social reformers, to the queer community. A day to say never again to these people or to anyone. We remember also the genocides the world has failed to prevent since. We remember what was done to the people of Bosnia, Rwanda, Sudan, Cambodia, Indonesia, and elsewhere as the world looked on. A list it breaks my heart to say. We must now add one more. The people of Gaza and the people of Palestine, who have been failed by the world community, failed by all those who told us they'd learned the lessons of never again, failed by the very same people who say they are acting in repentance for what they did to my people in living memory. Exactly, yeah. Memory, clearly then, is not enough. We must also ask, what will you do? If the spectre of genocide comes back and starts knocking, what will you do to stop it? Well, today we find out that question isn't hypothetical. There is a genocide happening right now, today. It is happening to the people in Palestine and Gaza. And for my own answer, what will you do today? I could not be more proud to say that I'm standing here with every last one of you, saying no to genocide, no to war, no to ethnic cleansing, yes to a world of peace and coexistence. Both sides of my family, the Irish and the Jewish, have experienced dispossession, have experienced exile, have experienced oppression and genocides. With that history, I could not imagine standing anywhere else today than with you all right here in solidarity with the people who have been experiencing those same things for over 100 years, not just since 1948, but for a century. The Palestinians, who are living in exile here and all over the world. We, Irish people and Jewish people, we both know what it's like to experience exile and to experience return. We have both made our homes all over the world. If there are Palestinians in the audience, I want to say to you, this place, Ireland, can be your homeland as long as you need to. But also, we will never stop fighting for your right to say that Palestine is your homeland and you have every right to return there. Supporters of Israel, tell me as a Jewish person, Ireland cannot be my homeland, that my homeland is in Israel. Not seeming to realize they are simply reinforcing the idea that my people, Jewish people, must be exiles and must be strangers and cannot be at home in the world. I say I reject this notion. My homeland is right here in Ireland. I would like to lead you out. Okay. Before a chant, I would like if you would to have just a moment. You've all been standing here for a long time, so we're going to do a moment of silence, both for the victims of the Holocaust, for the victims of genocide since, and for everyone who has died in Palestine, both since October and since the Nakba 1948. We're going to do it for 30 seconds. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Okay, thank you very much for joining me in that. I'd like to finish off by leading you in a chant. It's an old Jewish socialist Buddhist chant that says, wherever we live, that is our homeland. That rejects the notion that any group of people anywhere can say, this place belongs to me and no one else, and I have the right to dispossess anyone who is not exactly like me. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say wherever we are, and you're going to shout back, that's our homeland. Okay, are you ready? Wherever we are, that's our homeland. 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 Thank you so much, Marge. Yes, we have both made our homelands all over the world, and we fight here today for the right to make your homeland wherever you need to. Thank you so much. Free Palestine.
Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Palestine!
You already have the idea where we're going with this. Guys, that was our last speaker. Thank you very much for all of your time. Thank you to our wonderful speakers. We've had two very powerful Palestinian women on stage, and I am joined by a third. We're going to be led in our closing chants by Wala Ajawi.
I think we heard incredible speeches. We heard from people who have family in Gaza. We heard from the incredible Hanadi, and we heard from the incredible Rawan, and every other person who spoke from a personal experience. So we owe them to chant with everything that we have now, and we have our chant leader as well that I want to also chant with us. So we're gonna go together and we're gonna say, from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
from the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free!
because in our millions, in our billions,
We are all Palestinians!
in our millions, in our billions.
We are all Palestinians!
Chant leader was breaking down and crying a while ago, so excuse my voice. You got this. Palestine is our demand. I want you to repeat after me. Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand!
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land!
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land!
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land!
Israel out of Palestine.
Israel out of Palestine!
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 No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land!
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land!
Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand!
Palestine is our demand.
Palestine is our demand!
What is it? No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land!
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land!
That's why Israel out of Palestine.
Israel out of Palestine!
Israel out of Palestine.
Israel out of Palestine!
And one last thing, because of St. Patrick and people who still are in favor of the disgraceful visit to the White House. Hey, hey, ho, ho, no shamrocks for genocide show. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide show!
Hey, hey, ho, ho, no shamrocks for genocide show. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
No shamrocks for genocide show!
Hey, hey, ho, ho, no shamrocks for genocide. And of course, our all-time favorites, the Israeli ambassador, the Israeli embassy, that always have a special place in every chant. Israeli ambassador! Zionist ambassador! Terrorist ambassador! Israeli embassy! Zionist embassy! Terrorist embassy! When? 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 The Zayn are millions, Zayn are billions! We are all Palestinians! 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 Israel, you cross the line! Israel, you cross the line! Ireland stands with Palestine! Ireland stands with Palestine! Ireland stands with Palestine! Ireland stands with Palestine! We stand with Palestine! We stand with Palestine! We stand with Palestine! We stand with Palestine! This got me, that's why. We stand with Palestine! We stand with Palestine! Give yourself a clap. And I just want to remind everyone that our next national demo is February 17th. So get sharing, tell everyone, because we're going to make it bigger than our last one. We got about 100,000 people last time. We want more than that. And let's end it and say, long live Palestine! 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 South Africa! Thank you! South Africa! Thank you! South Africa! Thank you! Yemen! 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 And from me personally, as a Palestinian in Ireland, I want to say Ireland and Irish people, thank you! Ireland! Ireland! Free Palestine!
That's everything from us today, folks. If I could ask you to please exit behind you, there is no exit out this way. Thank you.